You know, I want to be controversial for a second and say something that was in the film that I kind of disagreed with, and I encourage everybody to disagree with it also, because I'm just pushy that way. But one of the people, and she was the one that's pregnant, and I can't remember her name, but she said, you know, that she found out about her glow from other people, and she wouldn't necessarily walk around and say, I'm glowing. A weird person would walk around and say, I'm glowing. But actually it's the opposite. You have to, right? We have to feel our inner glow in order for other people to see it. And we want to know that we're glowing all the time. And I feel as if I know I have my glow, and I got my glow on. And I think we all need to get our glow on.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think the reason why we know we're glowing is because other people see it.
Yes.
So it's not something that happens by itself.
No, absolutely not.
Everything they achieve it with others.
Yes, but we also have to feel it first for anybody to ever see it. That's
Yeah,
just
it
my
has to.
feeling.
Well, you're saying it comes from within. So it's an inner thing. Okay, I'm with you. And I just was really just to keep it out. I'm really moved by it just because I think we as women, we have so many gifts and trying to decide which one we should use. And so those women seemed that they thought about the gifts they had and really ran with one or what have you. But I thought that's the biggest challenge. And I just moved here from Michigan, and it's just like the first time I moved someplace and didn't have a job and trying to decide what I wanted to do.
How exciting for you. All those new doors opening.
Well, Jackie can talk about that because she up and moved to New York.
I up and moved.
Yep, she had it planned for a long time that she wanted to move to New York, and then she did. And maybe it wasn't quite the same as what she thought in her mind it was going to be when she first moved to New York, because she became very lonely.
Well, preconceived notions and all that, you know. I visited New York a million times, and I went there with Cynthia just a few months back. And New York is so great when you visit, you know. You're just 24/7, and you'll sleep when you're in your coffin, because I'm in New York, and it's a city that never sleeps. And we had so much fun when we were there. And then I moved there. My house had been on the market for almost 2 years, and I finally sold it in Florida. And so I was able to, and I became an empty nester. It sort of all was happening at the same time. The universe always knows what's good for you. And so I decided to move to New York. After 2 months in LA, I just chilled here for a couple months in Long Beach. It's not the same as LA. And so 5 weeks ago, I moved to New York. And you know, living there, we kind of started talking about this in the beginning. Living there is a lot different than visiting there. And I was noticing, and I talked about this a little bit, how it's a really big city of a bunch of single, lonesome kind of people. But on the other hand, they're not really that they're so lonesome either. Is that everybody's kind of on a mission. And LA is kind of like that, you know, because one of the things I loved when I lived in Los Angeles is that everybody here wants to work and create and do something wonderful. They want to write a screenplay or act in a screenplay or produce the screenplay or direct it. And I just love that about this area of the country. And in New York, it's kind of, there's a really vibrating energy there, but I'm not sure, I haven't quite figured out what it's all about yet. But when I do, I'll let you know.
But one thing about her being in New York, it gives her the opportunity to participate in the beauty business in a different way. Because when you're in Los Angeles, participating in the beauty business here, okay, fine. But now New York is a whole new avenue. So she has been out there meeting new people, attending functions. She got to go to Fashion Week and sent me a picture of Tom Ford the first night. I was so happy to get that.
The first week the first night I got there, the second night was Fashion Night Out. And then the third day, or no, the second day, a friend of mine came from Florida. I had only been there 1 day, and for 2 days. She came from Florida and stayed with me, and we went to Fashion Night Out and Fashion Week. And, you know, when you were talking about the beauty business, LA and Hollywood and this whole area it's very focused on the beauty industry, but it's in a different way. It's the film beauty kind of acting business. And in New York, it's the business of beauty. And I have really been so blessed to meet so many incredible people already in 5 weeks. I have to tell that random story that happened. A couple of years ago, I was out on a book tour when my book came out, and I had spoken to a woman about Rogaine for men. That was one of the things that the products that I was talking about on my book tour 2 years ago, and we never met. She was in New York, I was in Florida, I was going to travel around. So I get to New York, I'm at Fashion Week, and I'm at this really swanky party at the W in Union Square. And if any of you know the W Hotel, their bars are so dark you can't see like 2 feet in front of you, let alone anybody you're trying to talk to. So this woman comes over and she sits down, and I said, "Hi, what's your name?" And she said, "I'm Margarita like the drink." I said, "I'm totally changing my name to Margarita like the drink. But really my name's Jackie." So after a while we chatted, and someone else sat down, and then I said Jackie Silver when I introduced myself to that next person. And Margarita like the drink says, "You're Jackie Silver?" I go, "Yeah, why?" She goes, "I'm your Rogaine connection. We talked on the phone." So then she proceeds to invite me to a very important beauty event 2 or 3 weeks down the road where all the beauty editors were there. So that's just how it happens, and that's why I moved there.
Yes.
That's why women talk to women, and they get things done.
Exactly right. That's exactly right.